There's silence on earth, but the heavens are roaring, telling the story of the coming glory. Can you feel your heart begin to race? Can you see the tide begin to change?
Hi everybody. So I'm not doing one of my usual in conversations with this month. Today I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts and look back over some of my reflections about how those conversations have been and how they came about, and maybe some of the different people that were in the conversations. Over lockdown, it was really obviously difficult for us as preachers to just move online. Some people, I think, listening to sermons handle that really well. Excuse me, I have a bit of a sore throat. Other people who have been a bit more like myself find that quite difficult. I love just being with the people in the room and sharing and being on the journey together. And I know all the preachers have definitely felt that. And so when it seemed that lockdown was going to extend, I suppose, beyond the first couple of months that we maybe thought it might have been, I suggested to James that we would do a series of conversations with people of the Christian faith who are working in our community and people that we've gotten to know and I've worked really closely with over the years. And I've been working in this community for 30 years now, and as part of church and part of other organisations. And so it's given me this opportunity to meet so many amazing people. And I seen this as a chance to introduce you to some of the amazing people that I have gotten to work with over the years. So there were two things then that I really appreciated most from my conversations with the people that I shared with yourselves. And the first thing was something that I feel like I share with them all, in that there's just a love and a care for people in our community that goes beyond maybe just compassion or just because of our faith, but because we actually are part of the community. There's not a separation from those in the community and those of us who serve people in the community, but a sense that we're all community together, that I need you as much as you need me. And there's times that I'll be in need of your support, and there's times that you'll be in need of my support. And I felt this sort of kindred spirit with a lot of the people that I brought in for the interviews, because they were able to speak so openly and honestly about their own journeys, about their own experiences, and about how they came to be doing what they were doing. And that's the second thing that I really appreciated about the conversations, was the openness of each person to be able to speak about their faith, and about how it's not that they sat at the start of their life and thought, I know what I want to do, I want to do this thing, and then it was just all fine and worked out. But as you know, real life doesn't go that way. But there was a real sense of God leading people on their journey towards what they're doing now and whatever moves into the future. And what I really loved about those two aspects of people's faith and their genuine love and being part of a community is that there's no elevation of one person over another person, or of here am I the expert that I have come to help you and save you. It's just that we're all embedded in this community together, this community of Carrickfergus, where we love each other and we take care of each other. And some of us just in these conversations have maybe went and accessed some training or qualifications that help us do that professionally, and that keeps us all safe, gives boundaries to all of our work, which I'm sure you can appreciate as well. And it was lovely to be able to hear those stories about the challenging times, about the times that maybe that work feels unrewarding. Sometimes you only get to see from us a smile and a hug and a time spent in support, but there's often those times that when we're with people who are in need of support, that we go away carrying some heavy burdens, and we go away carrying some heaviness, because people who are in need of support often have went through some type of trauma or are feeling broken, and you'll probably get what that's like. Most of us have went through some of that in our own lifetimes. And when we've went through some trauma or brokenness, often that comes out like anger. It comes out as maybe like in poverty or chaos or fear or addiction. There's so many ways, emotionally and physically, that our brokenness and our trauma, can present itself. And so when we're on the other end of that as helpers, we often get to be on the other end of that, and that can be really uncomfortable, and it can actually be quite unrewarding at times. And so to hear people in those professions who are part of our community sharing about their faith and how their faith has kept them on that path that can be quite a tiring path and quite an exhausting path, but to know that they're not just there because God told them to go and do that job, so they just carried on doing that job no matter how difficult it was, but to know that they have that centering inside of them, that they have a faith that supports them, and that they have this model in who Jesus was with people that they could look to see, how Jesus treated people, how Jesus was real with people, how he was really his authentic real self with others, and how therefore we can do that with others too, that we can sit with people in their darkness and their despair, even though we might be going through our own, just as Jesus knew what was coming ahead for him. We as helpers often sit with those things in our own lives as well, knowing what's going on in our own circumstances, but we're still able to come and turn up and give because we have just found this strength in who Jesus is to us personally. And so those are really special things for me to be able to bring to life through the form of interview. And I'm just really grateful to all the people who took part in those interviews. And some people were more confident in front of camera, some people weren't, some people were really nervous. I just want to say, in all the interviews that we did, there was only once that we had to do a second take, and that was because someone just completely lost their place, which is kind of what I expected most of it to go like. But it was lovely that people felt that they could come and sit in that chair across from me and just be themselves. And I think that just really shows that, why they do the work they do, because they are just being themselves. They're not presenting a version of themselves, or none of them came to give you a version of themselves that they thought, could be the public face of what they do. What you saw was what came out of people from their own heart, and that's my experience of those people, is that they have a heart to be part of our community. And so we're at the end of our In Conversation series. Well, we're at the end of our In Conversation series online, but maybe when we get into our own building, we will do some more of them. I have to make some more professional friends, but we'll maybe do some more of those conversations in person on the stage, and who knows, maybe you might get to be the next person that sits across from me and gets asked some questions about what's going on with you. But I just want to thank you for tuning in, and thank you for listening along, and don't forget that all those videos and interviews are online for you to watch back at any time. And as well, just to remind you that each of those people who we interviewed with all work for organisations that can offer help and support. So if you are going through something, or if you're friendly or someone in your family is going through something and needs some support, many of those people that we interviewed could be the route to your support. So please do feel free to get in touch with me. You can private message us at the church via our Facebook page or our contact page on the website. And everything that comes to us there is private and confidential. So please do bring those requests to us, and we'll be more than happy to connect you with someone in our community who understands our community and cares for people, and people that we just know are going to take care of you, because that's really important to us. So thank you, everybody. Do excuse my croaky voice. I've not been well, and my dark eyes. It's not the makeup, it's just life these days. And I really can't wait to be with you all again, and being able to share my heart and thoughts and experiences and what I'm learning about God and with God on my own journey in person, hopefully in the next wee while. So take care, everybody, and I will see you all very soon.
Can you feel the hope that's rushing in? Can you hear the song that's echoing? Join with the choir as we sing. This is where love truly begins. Oh, God is with us.